Today, I'm going to address this common and often overwhelming feeling of guilt that new parents experience when they're heading back to work after they've had their child. Welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that empowers you to start taking back control of your life, to get out of the monotony that you're in, to get from stuck to unstoppable, and to start unlocking your full potential. I'm Sanj, and today we're diving into a topic that resonates with many new parents, and that is why you shouldn't feel guilt about working when you've had kids. As a dad, I felt that guilt. I struggled with it at first because, first of all, I felt guilt because I didn't want to leave all the work to my wife. I didn't want to leave the house because I wanted to be there. I knew there were things I was going to be missing out on. I knew that there were moments I was going to miss. And again, guilt as well for not being there to help support my wife. So it's one of those things that so many people feel. I've coached guys through it. I've helped them work through this guilt. I've helped mothers work through this guilt as well when they've been the ones going back to work. But what I've noticed is that everyone feels guilty because, first of all, they don't want to be apart from their kid. They want to help out their spouse, their partner. And the second thing is they want to be there because they don't want to miss out on those moments. They don't want to miss out on that first smile, those first words, those first steps. So let's start this conversation about why do we feel guilty about working when we're new parents or when we've had our second? The first thing is society's expectations. And this is one of the things which I felt was a bit unfair when I went back to work, when some of my clients spoke to me. We live in a society that places unrealistic expectations on parents, especially mothers. I know it's may not be the right thing to say, but it's true. There's a perceived notion that good parents would stay at home with their children. And so societal pressure can lead us to feelings of guilt when you choose to return to work. Dads, we get that in a different way because we are known that once the baby's here, we're expected to go out to work. We're expected to actually go out and provide. So this one is mainly for some of the mums that I've helped. The second one is the fear of missing out. As I said, parenthood is full of these tiny moments that build up that you don't want to miss out on. So you worry about missing out on your child's first steps, on their first words, on milestones, and it can be overwhelming. And so then the guilt creeps in and it makes you question if you're doing the right thing. I mean, it's great seeing your kid's first steps on a phone, but there's nothing better than seeing it right there in the moment. And the third thing is when you go out to work, people think it's taking time for yourself. Yeah. And your career, and you're looking after what you need to look after. But you know that actually going out to work, it's not really prioritizing self-care. It's actually you doing the necessary, but you feel guilty because you're not there helping. You're not there sacrificing yourself to be doing the late nights, to be going through all the struggles that a parent goes through. Yeah, so these are three of the biggest reasons why I notice that people feel guilty when they start working as new parents. That's society's expectations. This one's for the mums especially. The second one is a fear of missing out. This one, I noticed this was more of dads because, I mean, a majority of the people I know and a majority of the clients I coached, it was the dads who were going back out to work. It was the dads who were missing out on these moments. And the third thing was prioritizing self-care, because when the dads were out again, back to the dads again, when they were out working, they weren't in the thick of it. And it also, when they were out of it, it also gave them a chance to recharge their batteries, to just fill up their cup so that when they were home, they were better able to cope with these things. But at the same time, it felt guilty that you couldn't then do that for your partner. So the biggest struggles for parents, for new parents especially, is there's a balancing act. So juggling the demands of work and parenthood is a tough balancing act. So it's common to feel pulled in multiple directions. So there's a struggle when you're a new parent because this is new to you. You're not used to this. You're trying to find your feet. And so when you're being pulled in these multiple directions, it can sometimes be overwhelming, and it can be a struggle, and it can be stressful. The second thing is time management. I mean, the amount of time that you spend in your daily schedule doing things for you before you've got a kid, and then when you add a child to the mix, adding all that extra time it's a struggle. You just need to become more efficient with your time. You need to manage your time better. You need to not only find time for your child, for your partner, for your work, for your household chores, self-care, fitting all of this in your normal 24 hours a day. It can be challenging. And a lot of parents, a lot of dads that I know struggled with this. And the third thing is your change of self-identity. New parents wrestle with a shift in their self-identity, the transitioning from, oh yeah, I'm a husband, or I'm just a mother, or sorry, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm a career-focused individual, to a parent. It's disorientating. It can feel like your world is being shifted upside down. So this was a third thing. So changing that identity from yourself to having an individual relying on you for everything, and you moving from a man to a dad, a lady to a mum, it could be disorientating. So how can we shift our perspective? How can we see working as an opportunity rather than a reason to feel guilty? This way, this is what I did, and this is how I help my clients, because we need to see working as an opportunity rather than something we have to do. Because if we look at it as something we have to do, we've got that negative connotation. When we see it as an opportunity, it helps change our mindset about it totally. So here are 5 tips that can help you change that mindset. Number 1 is redefine what success as a parent is to you. Because success as a parent isn't solely determined by the amount of time you spend at home. It's about you creating a life which is balanced, where you're fulfilled both as a parent and in your career, where you've learnt to juggle both of these things. Second thing is prioritize quality over quantity. If you focus on the quality of time that you spend with your child rather than the quantity, when you start to focus on them solely when you're with them, when you engage in meaningful activities and you are fully present with them, you will start to cherish the moments more that you have together. 30 minutes of uninterrupted, focused one-on-one time is better than an hour of distracted time. Your kids will know if you're distracted. So make sure that when you're with them, you're giving them 100%. That quality over quantity makes so much difference. Number 3 is role modeling. So show your child the importance of pursuing your passions, your dreams. By working, you're showing them, you're setting an example of resilience, of determination, and you're showing them the pursuit of goals. The fourth thing, self-care does matter. Remember that taking care of yourself allows you to be a better parent. It allows you to be a healthy, a happy parent. And a healthy and happy parent can provide more support and love to their child. And number 5 is celebrate your career achievements, no matter how big or small. Remember that any any celebration, any win, any strides that you make in your professional life which benefits you, it also benefits your family. Any pay rise you get, you've got that more opportunity to provide better for your family. Yeah, and another one, 6, when you go out to work, see it as an opportunity to provide your family with a life that you want to provide them with. You can provide them with a food on the table, with clothes on their back, with a roof over their head. You going out to work should not be making you feel guilty. You should see it as an opportunity to give your kids the life that you want. I mean, again, with all this being said, 55% of parents find it difficult to balance their jobs with their family responsibilities. And to that, I'll say time management was the biggest key for me. It meant that when I was at work, I was very focused. When I'm at home, I'm very focused on my family. And it made the massive change. And it also meant I dealt with things and I could compartmentalize better. So, in conclusion, the guilt associated with working as a parent is a common emotion, but is one that can be transformed into an opportunity for growth and empowerment. Your career is not in opposition to your role as a parent. It's an integral part of your identity. It contributes to your overall well-being and, by extension, to your child's as well. So I hope you've got a renewed perspective on the joys and the opportunity of actually being a working parent. Continue nurturing the bond you share with your child, while at the same time fulfilling your life and your career. Thank you for joining me today, and if you enjoyed this episode and got something from it, please let me know by leaving a comment below. My mission is to make a positive impact on this world, and I sincerely hope that you can help me do that by liking, by following, by subscribing, or by sharing this podcast with others. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. Master it, and you'll master your life. Thank you.